Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This is the beginning of our $40 grocery budget challenge. It is 1 week only, 1 week, and this challenge is based around a turkey. So that is the big item. Let's see what we can cook, come up with a variety of meals. No, we're not going to eat turkey every day, but we are going to eat a lot of turkey. Hopefully that turkey lasts us many different meals over the course of the week. The way this is going to work is I'm going to show the groceries that I got for $40. I have pulled into this challenge the very few items that were left over from the $40 1 week challenge that I did with a ham. And of course, I have access, like anyone that has a household. I have a pantry, I have spices, condiments, and base pantry staples. So I'm going to have access to those in this challenge as well. Check out what I was able to get for the groceries. They're very different from the groceries that I got for the ham challenge. So this is going to look different, different meals, different flavor profiles. I'm excited to see what we can come up with. Spinach is $2.99. Pretty big, pretty fair sized containers for that price. Ugh, I just don't know if I want to commit $3 of the budget to spinach. I gotta think about it. Bargain Harley's, a cart full of nachos, some corn twists, but the nachos, those are $1.88. That's a fantastic buy. This is a pleasant surprise. You can't go wrong with 400 grams of cheese for $4.44. Lots of options. What should I choose? I'm at Sobeys and the kielbasa is still on for 99 cents for 100 grams. Tuna is on sale at Walmart. 94 cents. We are at $40.15 starting this $40 challenge. I feel good with that. We are using some groceries that we have recently purchased that were in like the grocery haul last week or the week before, and new items that I picked up to fill in the gaps for the $40, and one item that I'm pulling out of my pantry and counting it at the price that I paid when I purchased it for the pantry. We shopped at, or the groceries are from Foodland, Superstore, Sobeys, Bargain Harley's, Giant Tiger, Walmart, and Avery's, and Gateway. And there's things I wanted in this challenge that I just don't have within that $40 budget. I just don't have it. So the very first thing, and kind of what piqued my interest, is I got a really great deal on turkeys. These were fresh turkeys the day after Easter Sunday, so it was Easter Monday, and they were marked down to 99 cents a pound. And I thought, this might be good to show that if you're really tight for money and you want to have an Easter dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner or a special event dinner, and you're looking at something that's like a big part of your meager budget, how could you stretch that meal out for the week, make it different so that it doesn't feel like you're eating the same thing every day, and what could you get to go with it? What kind of meals could you make? So that's kind of what this $40 challenge was built around. I did ask for feedback, and lots of people said, I am really interested in what options or how you are going to make the meals varied when you cook a turkey. I struggle with that. So, okay, great. Let's do that. So $8.90, I pulled out the smallest turkey. I bought three. So $8.90, and this was from Superstore. I had been at Gateway and I made some purchases there. Three of the items are coming into this challenge, and they were each 77 cents. So we have a head of cauliflower, we have some grape tomatoes, and we have an English cucumber. I shopped at Foodland. So this was a new shop. This was on sale this week in the flyers. And it's baby spinach for $2.99. And this is nice fresh spinach. So this will last us through the week. Definitely through the week. I shopped at Avery's. So this item is from last week. This is a reduced or last grocery haul. Some reduced mushrooms. They were $1.18. And then I picked up two more reduced items this week. 89 cents for the peppers, and you might think like, whoa, that's a crazy cheap price for two peppers. It is a crazy cheap price for two peppers, but they happen to have peppers on sale this week, yellow, red, and orange for $1.99 a pound. So if they're marking down some reduced items, that means they're going to even be a way better value than $1.99 a pound. And just kind of to see what kind of value I was getting here, I actually, before I bought this, so I had this in my hand, I went to the bin and I picked out the absolute smallest pepper that I could find, red pepper, and I had the staff person weigh it so that we could figure out what it would cost just for one, if I just wanted to buy one. And it was actually a dollar, like 99 cents, something like that. And so buying these two reduced ones was a better value. I had definitely been wanting to get some red onions, so this was great to see these, and it was 96 cents for the red onions. So those were my Avery's. And Avery's, for anyone that's not local to me, Avery's is a local chain of farm markets, and they carry a lot of local items. Always makes me happy. I love going in there to see the signs, and they handwrite the signs, and they always write local on the signs for the items that are local. Yeah, I've been shopping there since I lived in the Annapolis Valley, and that's 30 years. It's a long time. So those three items. And this was on a haul. I think it was on the haul when I got the turkeys. This is just some little boneless pork loin chops. They were $2.54 minus $1, so they were $1.54, and this is from Foodland. So I have two things from Foodland. This one, like a couple hauls ago, and of course the spinach new. Same, Avery's new, a haul ago. That was a haul ago. The Gateway stuff. And then Walmart, they have this week on sale in the flyer, tuna, and it's on for 94 cents. I bought some more of those bulk carrots, and I really don't love doing that. It's a much better value if I can buy just a bag of carrots on sale. However, I had a bunch of small items, some really small items that we're going to be talking about, and what buying the bulk ones allowed me to do was spend the difference. So these were $1.29, and the best value this week were 2 pounds at, I'm going to say Giant Tiger for $1.97. So I didn't get as good of a value, but it allowed me to incorporate a couple extra things into the haul for this challenge, and that means more to me this week than getting the best value on carrots. So those were $1.29. I was real pleased. I had looked actually for bulk discounted bananas in Avery's. There were none. I had looked in Sobeys, and I even asked my friend who's the manager of the produce department. He was like, oh, you are here way too late. They are usually out first thing in the morning, which I knew, but I was in town because I had a function that I was going to. And so I didn't come in first thing in the morning, go home, and then come back in for the function. I was in town tying the trip that I needed to make in with picking up the groceries because that's just sensible budgeting of my gas. So I was thinking I was out of luck for bananas, and Walmart was my last stop. And I couldn't have been more pleased to see the whole rack was just filled with big bags of bananas. And there were ones that were more expensive than this, and there were ones that were less than this, but I thought this looked like just about the right amount for us, that they are 79 cents. So Walmart. And this item is from Walmart. It is the one and only item that I am pulling out of my cupboard. So like it wasn't from a haul last week or the week before. It was something that I purchased on sale a while back. Walmart had Campbell's soup on for 77 cents. And I just can't justify going in the store and paying the price now that's not on sale when I know I think I have 8 cans of this in the cupboard. It just doesn't make sense for me. So I just pulled this out, this item only, out of my cupboard. And I'm counting it as 77 cents because that's what I bought it for. Also picked up, and I was torn, this Great Value extra creamy mac and cheese dinner. I was really torn between that and the white cheddar. And because we had the white cheddar last time, is the bottom line, it came down to, that's why I picked the extra creamy this time, just something that is different. So that was the Walmart items. Sobeys. Kind of got an idea. I was in Sobeys and I saw this cream. And I know it says coffee cream, but the reality is it's cream. It's actually cream. And it was on for 99 cents. It's vanilla flavored. That's fine. I know that Sobeys had frozen fruit on sale for $3.88 if you are a Scene member and you swipe your card. So I actually kind of was thinking in my mind, if I get this cream and I get some fruit, I already have spinach. This could be the beginnings of some smoothies, which is why I was really wanting the bananas, but the bananas were the last item I got. The spinach actually was first, and I wasn't thinking about it for smoothies. We just eat a lot of spinach. So I wanted to get the fruit. I typically lean towards berry, like bags of mixed berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, that kind of thing. And I just wanted to do something totally different. And I kind of had it in my mind that I wanted to get a blend that had peaches in it. I didn't know what would be in that blend because I've never purchased a blend with peaches before, but I just kind of had it in my mind. I want one with peaches, and there was 2 options. There was this tropical twist, dragon fruit, mango, strawberries, and peaches. And there was another one, and it was just, I can't remember the name of it, but it was strawberries, mangoes, and peaches. Anyways, I just thought this was fun. I typically stick to the 600 gram packages. This one is 500 grams, so it's 100 grams less. I know that's not the best value, but I'm really looking for some new variety and fun kind of things. Smoothies are kind of a staple for us, but not this kind of smoothie. So that's exciting to me. And yeah, you're right. I'm using this coffee creamer in my smoothies because I just couldn't leave it there. That was a great buy. Also at Sobeys, they had that 100 grams for 99 cents of the kielbasa still on, and I'm thinking that would be good again if I wanted to do another pizza. This time I had a girl and I told her, like, I just want a really small amount, and she nailed it. 0.5, so 50 cents. Got a jalapeno, that rang in at 20 cents. And they had cheese on sale for $4.44. Compliments brand, 400 grams. And so this is where things are going to get interesting for you guys. I picked up mozzarella. I have actually made arrangements with a friend of mine, and we are going to go splits. She has marble. I bought the mozzarella. I'm going to give her 200 grams of the mozzarella. She's going to give me 200 grams of the marble. And that just gives me a little bit of variety with the cheese that I have for this week. that's everything from Sobeys. Bargain Harley's on a whim. On a whim. I stopped in there and they had the old Dutch nachos, a couple bags of them, actually probably like 8 bags of them marked down. So I grabbed one of those. So of all of the things that you see here, you don't really know what I'm going to put together with what to make what, except this is a no-brainer. I'm going to make nachos. Last store, not the last store I shopped at, but just the last store that I'm going to talk about, Giant Tiger. Last week they had the pasta on sale, so I was able to pick up 2 bags for a grand total of, where are we here, linguine, $1.74. So I picked up rotini and I picked up linguine, 2 things that we haven't had recently in the house. So again, like, it just keeps things fresh and different for us. And I also picked up this Asian style blend of frozen vegetables, and this is only a 500-gram pack. It was $2.99. Feel really good about this. I really, really feel good about this. You know how tempting it was. Like, I'm really trying to show that if you don't have coupons, if you don't have the fast fuel coupons like what I get, if you're not redeeming points, if you don't have any of that stuff, you can still eat on a small budget. I use all of those kind of supplements to get more for my small budget. But for people who don't have that, you can still do this. Man, I got gas on the way home, pulled in. Now, what did I see dangling from the pump? Free coupon. So I was getting gas, pulled up, hop out, go to take it out because this is where I'm pumping my gas from. $4. $4. Actually, $4.08. You do not know how tempting it is to spend these coupons. Mine was actually $2. So now I have this plus all of the other ones that were in my wallet. But in all fairness, I really want to show that even without any of these things that I do to amp up my budget, which I encourage everybody to do, play the points game, use coupons, look for clearance items, which anybody can do. You don't have to shop at a special gas station or accumulate points to redeem. You can do those things, but anybody can shop clearance items in the store. Like, anybody walking into Avery's could have got any one of those marked down deals, or anybody walking into Walmart could have picked up one of those packs of bananas. I just really want to show you can eat okay. You can have variety. Life is okay if you have a small budget. You can make this work. So, that being said, this is what I got for this week's groceries. I am including in the items that were left over from my last $40 challenge. There's not a lot of them. So, like, I'm not hugely taking advantage of a bunch of extra groceries. I might lay them out here just so that you can see. And of course, like the first challenge, I'm going to have access to my pantry staples and my spices and generic condiments that I typically always have in the fridge. Most people just have some basic pantry staples. Most people have spices, and most people have condiments. And if you don't, these are things that you can slowly accumulate to stock your own shelves. Easy peasy, guys. This is everything left over from the $40 challenge that had the ham. So the most recent one, the 1-week challenge. I have 5 pounds of potatoes, so half that bag. I've got about a third of that juice left in there. There's iceberg lettuce in the container with the pink lid. I have frozen corn, frozen beans, frozen peas. I've got onions, 4 eggs, cucumber, carrot, turnip, macaroni, cut green onions, and this massive bag of cooked ham. I think that is pretty phenomenal. And I was really uncertain whether to bring this forward or not. Uh, anyway, so I sent a request out and asked for viewers to give their opinion. And one person said, will it be difficult enough for you? Well, $40 can always be difficult. I mean, if you want to eat a variety of items, having these things just will certainly make it a lot more enjoyable for me, and particularly the handsome one who just accommodates me in all my crazy schemes. So I am pleased to be able to bring these items forward. And the reality is I bought them out of a $40 budget. I do have them left over from that $40 budget, and we're doing another $40 challenge. So it does kind of, I feel okay about bringing them forward. I wanted to right from the beginning. The handsome one said no, that he didn't think I should do it. And that's when I said, well, I'm going to poll everybody. I'm going to see what everyone says. So yes, it's still going to be difficult. This will just make things a little more enjoyable. How do you think I did? What do you think of my choices? 100%, some of the choices were thoughtful. And then, of course, some of the choices were made based on just markdowns and clearances that I saw when I was in store. Let me know if I bought items that you yourself would buy, or if you would have been looking for things that were totally different. How would have you spent your $40? What would have you looked for? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. But besides for subscription, comments, likes, and shares of the videos, they help me a lot as well, and I really do appreciate your help. Thanks so much, and I hope you stay tuned. We are going to do the same thing we did on the last challenge. I am going to post what we are eating daily as a video the following morning after the day is finished. Stay tuned.